So chronic lameness is an issue we deal with quite frequently here at the Vietnam Bear Rescue Centre. This is just one of the many health consequences that we see as a result of bear bile farming. There's many reasons for this. One of the main reasons is that the bears spend much of their life, if not all of their life, to this point, in a very confined space. This predisposes them to chronic conditions such as osteoarthritis, which can leave them feeling really stiff and really sore. On top of this, they receive inadequate diets. Many of the bears that arrive here are either quite significantly underweight or even clinically obese. Now, we monitor our bears quite closely, and one of the main things we monitor for is the mobility. So we have a specialised scoring system which we use when we have noted a bear has some mobility concerns. These help us to gauge what the bears are doing and if they're progressing and if they're deteriorating, so that we can quickly note if there's been any changes in their condition. The first thing we will address is their pain and comfort levels. So many of these bears are already on multiple levels of pain relief to ensure that we're meeting their needs, to ensure that they can properly engage with their environment and within each other so that they can have a good quality of life. Now, when we take this into consideration and we start to evaluate this and we start to look at a lot of the behavioural observations, we started to question whether there was something more that we could be doing to help our bears. This is where the idea of a bear physiotherapy program first came to light. Now, we have been extremely lucky in that we've been able to work in conjunction with a veterinary physiotherapist back in Australia. Her name's Brooke Williams, and she has volunteered her time and her expertise to help us with this program, and we are really, really grateful for her input. So the aims of physiotherapy is to improve the functionality and the movement of limbs and joints in the case of mobility bears. So when we first set out to do this, we decided we were going to do what we call a pilot program. So we were going to trial this on just a couple of our bears so that we could see what kind of results we might be getting. So we had two bears. We selected two boys, Milagro and Arthur. They both live in the house behind us, and both of them have different mobility issues. Milagro has arthritis in his elbows, which means he struggles to reach properly, whereas Arthur has very sore hind limbs, and for a long, long time he hasn't been able to climb the structures in the enclosure. He struggles to stand on his back legs. So when we were setting up the program, our first questions were, what do we want to achieve for these bears? What is it we're trying to get them to do that's going to improve their quality of life? So we came up with the idea of setting up a specialised den where we could encourage the bears to perform certain movements that was going to build their strength and the range of motion through their sore and diseased joints. So this specialised den we very unimaginatively called our physio den, and it was set up with lots of different enrichment and toys, from hanging toys to steps to climb on to food placed up high that was going to encourage the bears to climb and reach. The other beauty of this setup was the fact that the bears then still have a choice. They have a choice in what level they choose to participate in the program and how much they want to do. And that's really important to us here at the Vietnam Bear Rescue Centre. We really want these bears to have a life where they have a choice, they have choices that they were never given before. So Milagro and Arthur spent 6 weeks undergoing a physiotherapy program. They would spend 2 days a week in their specially designed physio den, and they also underwent some one-on-one training where we got them to participate in different exercises such as sit to stand to try and build strength and mobility. We initially did an observational study so we could see exactly what they were doing when they were out and free in the enclosure. After the 6-week program, we then repeated these observations so that we could try and assess what improvements might be made, if any, and if there was any sign that this physiotherapy program was going to be of benefit to the bears here at the sanctuary. So when we did our final observations, we were able to assess all of our results, and what we found was incredible. The results were really exciting and they were really positive. Both Milagro and Arthur, at the end of their physiotherapy, were engaging far more in their environment. They would explore the entire enclosure. They spent a lot more time engaging in natural behaviours such as foraging rather than lying down and resting. Milagro would reach for items more, and Arthur was even seen climbing onto structures and standing up to try and reach food items, which is something he hasn't been seen to do for a very, very long time. So we can positively say that this program has been a huge success, and we're really, really excited that we can now roll this out to help other bears here at the sanctuary so that they too can start to enjoy their enclosures, enjoy their friends, and have a much happier life and feel much more comfortable and able to enjoy what's on offer to them.